Have you ever wondered how ancient Hawaiians managed to maintain such deep inner peace, healing relationships, and spiritual balance? Even facing life's greatest challenges, conflicts, and emotional pain, Hawaiian families always seem to find their way back to harmony and love. And no, this doesn't happen by chance. There is a set of weekly Hooponopono practices, simple but profoundly powerful, that they use to maintain spiritual balance and heal their lives from within. Today you'll discover what these sacred rituals are and how to start applying them to transform your reality completely. What if I told you that these are small spiritual actions done once a week that prevent emotional blockages, toxic energy accumulation, and even that feeling of being stuck in negative patterns that appears out of nowhere? And more, that you don't need to live in Hawaii or completely change your beliefs to feel this transformation in your soul? In this video, you'll learn about Hooponopono practices that don't involve expensive courses or hours of complicated meditation. They are gestures of self-love and spiritual cleansing that work as a kind of soul purification ritual. And when you understand the sacred purpose behind each one, you'll realize that it's not just about forgiveness, but about a completely different way of living your own existence. And there's one practice in particular that traditional Hawaiian healers do every Sunday that almost nobody knows about and has a direct effect on manifesting miracles and deep healing in your life. You'll discover this by the end of the video. Have you ever had that feeling that your life is always in chaos, even after trying to fix things? As if problems come back faster than you can handle them, or that impression that even when things seem fine, life still feels heavy, burdensome, stuck. This is not just an impression. It's the reflection of a spiritual routine that doesn't take care of your inner world continuously, respectfully, and with sacred intention. And that's where Hooponopono wisdom comes in. While many of us wait for major crises to hit before doing that heavy emotional work, Hawaiians follow a different path. They don't let spiritual debris accumulate. They prevent it with small weekly Hooponopono practices. And this changes everything because deep down, healing your life isn't just a task. It's a way of taking care of your own soul, your family's spiritual energy, the emotional state that flows through every relationship. Hawaiians understand life as an extension of divine love, and therefore each gesture, no matter how small, has a real impact on your spiritual reality. You'll discover what they do every week to maintain this constant spiritual lightness. We'll talk about simple Hooponopono actions that anyone can adopt, even with a busy routine. You don't need to live in a spiritual ashram or live a monk's life. You just need a new way of seeing what's within you. And the best part is, by applying these practices, you won't just have a more peaceful life. You'll feel your entire vibration changing. You'll breathe better, love better, live better. Stay with me until the end, because today's Hooponopono secrets might be the first step to transform your life into a true sanctuary of love and spiritual balance. Week after week, morning forgiveness ritual. Start the week with self-forgiveness. The way you care for your inner dialogue says everything about the energy you allow in your life. For Hawaiians, the morning is the most sacred time of the day. It's where everything begins, and that's why every week they set aside a specific moment to cleanse, forgive, and energize their spiritual state. It may seem too simple, but think about it. The morning is the transition between the unconscious world of sleep and your conscious reality. It's where not only thoughts enter, but also vibrations, emotions, past hurts, and even ancestral memories. If this beginning is polluted, resentful, or neglected, this spreads throughout your entire week without you noticing, and it won't be long before your whole life seems heavy. The ritual begins with the 4 sacred Hooponopono phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, but not said mechanically. Each phrase is directed first to yourself, then to anyone who comes to mind. They repeat this while looking in the mirror, breathing deeply, feeling each word cleansing layers of accumulated guilt and resentment. You can easily adapt this to your morning. Choose a fixed day of the week, like Sunday or Monday. Make it a spiritual restart ritual. While speaking the phrases, breathe deeply, visualize golden light. Be grateful for the opportunity to begin again. Transform this simple action into a moment of reconnection with your divine essence. The result is immediate. You feel that life receives you differently. It seems more alive, more forgiving. And by starting the week this way, you also position yourself differently before challenges, with more compassion, more strength, and above all, more love. Remember, the way you forgive yourself determines how you live your entire existence. Releasing ancestral memories, let the spiritual lineage heal. In Hawaiian tradition, there's a deep understanding that we carry not only our own memories, but also those of our ancestors. They call this ancestral memory, a kind of inherited spiritual baggage that should be cleansed and healed. And one of the most powerful ways to ensure this is through weekly ancestral Hooponopono. Yes, something as simple as healing your lineage can completely transform your current life patterns. But it's not just about forgiving for the sake of forgiving. Hawaiians have the habit of connecting with their ancestral line once a week in a conscious and intentional way, usually in the evening. They light a candle, hold a photo of their family, or simply close their eyes, and send the 4 sacred phrases to all their ancestors, known and unknown. This practice, besides being healing, carries a very beautiful symbolism, letting ancestral pain go out, allowing generational love to enter. Think about the last time you consciously sent love to your grandparents, great-grandparents, to the entire lineage that made your existence possible. When you do this, inherited patterns begin to dissolve, generational traumas start healing, and with this, your own life seems to reorganize. Things that were stuck begin to seem simpler. You love better, literally and spiritually. In practice, choose a day of the week. It can be the one on which you already do your spiritual practices, and before anything else, connect with your roots. Let your lineage heal. If possible, do this while holding a family photo or in silence, or even take advantage of this moment to meditate on the love that flows through generations. Besides eliminating inherited patterns, guilt, traumas, and generational curses, this simple attitude brings more clarity, more freedom, more balance, and spiritually allows what was blocked to start flowing again. Your lineage appreciates it, and so does your soul. The power of focused love. Hawaiians know that it's not necessary to try to heal all relationships at once to feel transformation. Sometimes focusing on one relationship is enough to renew the energy of all connections. That's why a very common Hooponopono practice in Hawaiian families is to choose one relationship once a week, no matter how small the issue, to heal, forgive, or simply send love with focused attention. It could be a conflict with your spouse, resentment toward a colleague, old hurt from your mother, disappointment with a friend. The intensity doesn't matter. What matters is the gesture of intentional healing, because this focused spiritual movement also creates an inner movement. You feel that you're taking the reins of your relationships and your emotional life. Imagine the impact of this in practice. Every week, you heal a different relationship. Nothing heavy, nothing forced, just light, possible, but constant love. And little by little, your entire relational world starts flowing. The forgotten hurts are remembered and healed, the misunderstood emotions find meaning, and with this, your whole heart realigns. Want an example? Take that hurt with your sister that you've been carrying for months. Sit quietly, visualize her face, say the 4 phrases with genuine intention. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. This attitude done with presence has an almost miraculous effect. You feel that you're putting order not only in relationships, but also in your own heart. This habit also prevents emotional accumulation. You know that mountain of resentments that seems impossible to heal. It doesn't form at once. It grows little by little and can be undone in the same way, with small weekly gestures of love. Also, healing one relationship per week awakens sensitivity to what really matters in human connections. You start to value love more and let go of what just creates separation. Transforming life into a peaceful experience doesn't require extreme effort. It requires constancy. And this simple and focused habit is one of the keys to maintaining emotional balance without overwhelming yourself. A moment of meditation in sacred words. In Hawaiian culture, Hooponopono is not seen as a heavy obligation or a minor spiritual activity. It is, in fact, an act of sacred presence, a moment when heart and soul connect through intention, and that's why, once a week, they set aside time to do silent Hooponopono, without music, without distractions, without rush. Just focusing on the 4 phrases, the feeling of each word, the love that flows, the healing that happens. This practice has its origin in ancient Hawaiian temples, where healers would chant Hooponopono daily as part of their spiritual routine. The goal is not just to heal specific situations, but also to calm the mind, cultivate divine love, and maintain spiritual alignment. It's curious how this changes everything. When you practice Hooponopono in silence, you begin to feel nuances that previously went unnoticed. The vibration of each phrase, the emotion that arises with each word, the peace that descends with each repetition. It's as if, for a few minutes, time becomes sacred. In practice, choose a period of the week. It could be a Saturday morning, a Sunday late afternoon, and surrender to Hooponopono as a moment of divine reconnection. It doesn't have to be for hours. It could just be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or however long feels right. The important thing is to be fully present in that sacred moment, to feel, to breathe, to love. You'll notice that this silence activates something divine within you, a kind of peace that doesn't come from avoidance, but from conscious healing. And when you finish, it's not just specific situations that are healed, it's you too. The mind lighter, the heart more open, as if by removing emotional debris from the surface, you had also removed excess pain from the soul. Silent Hooponopono is a way to transform what seems ordinary into something sacred. And this habit, done once a week, has the power to change not only your relationships, but your entire spiritual state. Renewing the energy of what you touch. A simple but deeply significant Hooponopono habit in Hawaii is to cleanse the energy of personal objects weekly. Jewelry, wallets, cell phones, car keys, and even work tools receive special spiritual attention, and the reason goes far beyond physical cleanliness. Objects are like extensions of your energy field. They are in direct contact with you, with your daily emotions, with your spiritual vibrations. In the Hawaiian view, objects absorb energy, and if they remain energetically dirty, heavy, or simply forgotten, they send a silent message of spiritual neglect. Imagine your wedding ring that you wear every day, absorbing all emotions, all conflicts, all love. It not only carries sentimental value, but also accumulated spiritual energy. The same goes for your wallet that handles money energy, or your cell phone that connects you to the world. By cleansing objects with Hooponopono, Hawaiians feel they are cleansing their own energy field, as if each purified item were a small renewal of spiritual vibration. And it's not just cleaning for the sake of cleaning, there's sacred intention, a purpose of energetic purification. Often they hold each object, say the 4 phrases, and visualize golden light surrounding everything. You can apply this simply in your life. Choose a day of the week. It could be Friday to enter the weekend with clean energy, or Monday to start with spiritual lightness. Hold your jewelry, your phone, your wallet. Say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you" to each object. If you can, place them in moonlight or sunlight for a few hours, and while doing this, feel the energy. Notice the difference it makes. A purified ring, a blessed phone, a wallet full of abundant energy. It's almost magical. It seems like the objects appreciate it, that your energy field renews itself with such small things, but which are part of your daily spiritual touch. And most importantly, you begin to realize that care for your belongings is, in fact, care for your own spiritual field. This weekly gesture creates a cycle of blessing, a ritual of respect, a way of saying to your objects and to yourself, you deserve to be surrounded by pure energy. Freeing prosperity with sacred words. One of the most transformative but little-known Hooponopono practices that many Hawaiian families maintain weekly is this: directing the 4 sacred phrases specifically toward money, work, and abundance blocks. And this is not done with greed or desperation. It's a gesture of healing the relationship with prosperity, almost a ritual of freeing abundance flow. They believe that everything related to money and work carries emotional memory. When that relationship is wounded, whether because of inherited beliefs about money, past financial traumas, or simply guilt about prosperity, abundance becomes blocked. And continuing to carry these wounds is like keeping stuck pieces of scarcity there, occupying space, blocking the flow of prosperity. Once a week, it's common for them to sit quietly and direct Hooponopono toward their financial life. They hold their wallet, look at their bills, think about their work, and calmly ask, what beliefs about money need healing? What inherited patterns are blocking my abundance? What guilt am I carrying about deserving prosperity? And with respect, they say the 4 phrases to each limiting belief that arises. You can apply this practice powerfully. Choose a fixed day of the week, and on that day, set aside 10 minutes to look at your relationship with money and work. Hold your wallet, your credit cards, even photos of your workplace. Say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you," to each financial fear that comes to mind. It doesn't need to be a radical session. The strength is in weekly constancy. The effect is liberating, because by healing your relationship with abundance, you are also healing your relationship with your own worth. Fewer money fears to carry, fewer blocks to prosperity, less scarcity energy. You begin to feel more deserving, more aligned with the abundance you really want to live. And more, the gesture of blessing your finances also brings an energy of gratitude. It's like saying to the universe, I heal my relationship with abundance, I open my heart to prosperity, I deserve to be blessed financially. And the universe responds with more opportunities, more flow, more abundance. Healing physical symptoms. While many focus only on treating physical symptoms, Hawaiians know that true healing dwells in the emotional root of illness. Once a week, They dedicate themselves to applying Hooponopono to a physical symptom or health issue, chronic headaches, back pain, digestive problems, or even that fatigue that doesn't go away, places where the body speaks and emotions hide. This care for physical symptoms through Hooponopono has a profound meaning. For them, what manifests in the body is a reflection of what needs healing in the spirit. And if accumulated, it creates not only physical pain, but also spiritual suffering. It's not enough that symptoms disappear temporarily. The emotional root needs to be healed. And this includes the silent emotions, the repressed feelings, the hidden traumas, which are also part of the whole. You can apply this to your routine with a simple Hooponopono habit. Every week, choose a physical symptom of your body to heal emotionally. Just one. It could be that headache that always comes back, the tension in your shoulders, the stomach that gets upset, the insomnia that disturbs you. Hold your hand over that part of the body and say the 4 phrases with love and intention. This habit also teaches about self-awareness, because just as in the body, often in life, our illnesses come from ignored emotions, from small accumulated feelings that we push for later. Taking care of physical symptoms through Hooponopono can become a living metaphor for taking care of the emotions within yourself. And when you start doing this, you notice that your relationship with your body changes. You begin to listen more, feel more, love more, and your body in return begins to give you more health, more vitality, more well-being. Sacred gratitude ritual. In Hawaiian culture, gratitude plays an essential role in maintaining spiritual balance. They believe that the energy of gratitude has the power to elevate any situation, and that a heart that is genuinely grateful transmits healing and attracts blessings. That's why, at least once a week, many Hawaiians have the habit of creating a sacred gratitude ritual combined with Hooponopono as a form of spiritual elevation. But attention, this is not just done to feel good, it's a gesture with divine intention. Gratitude, for example, has very ancient spiritual roots in Hawaii, in healing ceremonies and sacred traditions. It is used as a ritual to attract blessings, bring spiritual clarity, and elevate the vibration of life. The act of giving thanks becomes almost a prayer. You feel it, breathe deeply, and let gratitude fill every cell of your being. And if you want to make it even more powerful, you can combine it with the 4 Hooponopono phrases, creating a complete cycle. First healing with, "I'm sorry, please forgive me," then blessing with, "Thank you, I love you." This creates a flow of healing and gratitude that transforms any situation. Choose a day of the week for this ritual. Heal something first with Hooponopono, open your heart, and only then express deep gratitude for everything good in your life. Walk through your memories slowly, allowing that feeling of blessing to enter your entire being. Breathe calmly. Feel the difference. This practice helps create a pause point in the week, a moment when life realigns, and you do too. The heart becomes lighter, more present, more alive. And over time, you'll notice that your mind begins to focus more on blessings than on problems, as if every week your soul knew it was time to elevate its vibration. Creating a gratitude ritual is a simple way of saying, "Here is blessed, here is sacred, here I recognize divine love." Creating a Hooponopono meditation moment. In Hawaii, the meditation moment with Hooponopono is not just a relaxation practice, it's a ritual of divine presence. Far beyond calming the mind, it symbolizes a pause in routine, an instant of spiritual contemplation, a reunion with sacred love. That's why, at least once a week, many Hawaiians reserve a specific time for this gesture. Sit in silence, repeat the 4 phrases calmly, and simply be in divine love. It's not about the meditation technique itself, it's about what it represents. A space in the schedule to connect with the sacred, a breath in the middle of spiritual routine, a chance to reconnect with divine love. And this kind of intentional pause transforms the energy of the entire week. While the modern world often associates meditation with complicated techniques or guilt for not doing it right, Hawaiians understand that connecting with love is part of the spiritual flow, that silencing in Hooponopono is also divine productivity. And when this pause happens with sacred intention, it activates something divine, a feeling of respect for your own soul, your own spiritual journey, your own connection with the sacred. You can adopt this habit in a way that makes more sense to you. Choose a time of the week, it could be late Sunday afternoon, for example, and create your Hooponopono meditation calmly. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and repeat the 4 phrases with genuine love. The important thing is to create a sacred ritual. Disconnect from the world, put distractions away, open your heart, and just feel divine love. This moment can last 5 minutes or an hour. It doesn't matter. What matters is the sacred intention. Because when you create a pause space for Hooponopono in the week, your life stops being just the place where you do everything in a rush and becomes the space where you also exist with more spiritual awareness. This pause changes your relationship with time, with healing, and with yourself. Blessing life, the closing of the sacred cycle. Perhaps this is the most silent and at the same time the most powerful practice that Hawaiians maintain in their weekly Hooponopono routine. They have the habit of, at the end of a cycle of healing, forgiveness, or spiritual care, blessing their entire life. As simple as that. A gesture of gratitude and love done in a low voice or just in thought, like saying, "Thank you, life. Thank you, universe. Thank you, divine love, for everything I am experiencing." For us Westerners, this may seem strange at first, but think with me, how many times have you consciously blessed your life? Even with its challenges, its difficulties, its painful lessons, it continues to be the sacred experience where you learn, grow, love, transform. Life is not just a sequence of events, it is a divine gift of spiritual evolution. In Hawaii, this moment of blessing can happen in various ways. Some light a candle, others just place their hand on their heart, still others make a brief prayer of gratitude to the sky or ocean. The gesture is sacred, and it's precisely this intention that transforms. You can incorporate this into your week as a closing of your Hooponopono ritual. Finished healing, forgiven what needed forgiveness, sent love where there was pain. Then stop for a moment, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and bless. Visualize that your life is now full of divine love and that you are part of this sacred flow. This habit completely changes the way you see your existence. It stops being a burden where everything is a struggle and becomes a space of exchange, learning, spiritual evolution. And the most beautiful part is that by blessing, you begin to notice more reasons to be grateful. You reconnect with the sacred in everyday life and start to live with more reverence. Blessing life transforms your entire reality, and more than that, transforms the way you experience your own existence. Because when you bless life, it's as if life silently blesses you back. Did you notice how Hawaiians do nothing by chance when it comes to Hooponopono healing? Each gesture, each weekly practice carries a divine intention to maintain spiritual balance, protect the energy of the soul, and transform life into a true space of love and healing. And the most beautiful thing about all this is that you don't need to radically change your beliefs to start applying these Hooponopono practices. On the contrary, the secret lies exactly in the constancy of small sacred gestures. Forgiving yourself, healing relationships, cleansing objects, blessing abundance, connecting with ancestors. All of this done once a week with presence and love creates a much lighter, harmonious and blessed life. It's not about spiritual perfection. It's about connection, presence, respect for the sacred journey you're living, and, even silently, the divine love that supports you every day. If you apply just one of these Hooponopono practices per week, you will already feel a huge difference in your reality and within your soul as well. Now I want to know which of these Hooponopono habits touched your heart the most. Which one will you start applying this week? Tell me here in the comments. I'd love to know what resonated with your soul in this video. And if this content brought healing to your heart, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because every week I bring new Hooponopono practices, light and full of sacred intention, for you to transform your life into a sanctuary of love and your spiritual routine into something lighter and more divine to live. Your soul feels, your soul responds, and it deserves all this sacred love.